The first of the three sections under the umbrella title of A Matter of Balance is health and self-healing. Health and self-healing. Now you can divide. Before I must share something with you before we get into this. Jane and myself, there's a fact about us that we don't share with many people. And we don't share that fact because if we do share it, if we let slip what I'm going to let slip with you today, we are greeted with looks of disgust and sometimes with aggression and with anger. And the fact is a simple one, and we don't use it to aggrandize ourselves, just to say that this is what happens to us. Because Jane and myself haven't been to see a doctor in years. In my case, for over 40 years. And I share this with you because we were in our favorite restaurant a few weeks ago on a Saturday. We like to go there once a week if we possibly can. And we like the staff there, and the people there are very nice. And we always go in early so that we can have a quiet corner to ourselves. And on this occasion, we weren't to ourselves. There was somebody sitting opposite. There was a couple sitting opposite. And we got into conversation with them. And inevitably, not on our part, but on their part, the conversation turned to matters medical. And if you go to a cafe or a restaurant and you sit there and you listen, how many conversations are about, oh, she's had it all taken away. Oh, he's had this added to him. My goodness, they don't know how she's living. Oh, I've got tests coming up. I've got this coming up. I've got that coming up. Always about medical matters. And there's this mixture of fear, but also we're part of the crowd. There's something wrong with us. Isn't it great? And Jane happened to let slip, as the conversation turned to matters medical, that we hadn't seen a doctor in years, and that me in particular, I hadn't seen a doctor in about 43 years. And you should have seen the look on the lady's face. She sneered at me and she said, well, you've been lucky. Well, no, actually, I haven't. Because remembering to infuse yourself with light, remembering to trust the divine within rather than the circumstances without, is difficult. It takes practice and it takes adherence to that belief. And it's very strange that people almost want you to be ill and want you to go down a prescribed, if you forgive the pun, route, rather than relying on the light that you have within yourself and the light that you have access to in order to negate any challenges that might come up health-wise. And so I've divided the keys to health and healing into 5 steps. The first, if you want to take this particular route, and I'm not suggesting you should, is affirmation. Affirmation. I am healthy, Father. It is done and it is so. The second key is gratitude. Thank you, divine. Thank you, Father, for my perfect health. I'm so grateful that right now, whatever appears to be happening to me is an illusion. Great. Thank you. The third is trust in the divine. Yes, I trust in the people around me. I trust in the specialists around me, but I trust more in you. And so once I have handed over my health to you, I trust that that health is perfect. Thank you, Father. Recognition is the 4th step. I recognize that you and I, divine, Father, Mother, however you want to describe the divine energy, are part of me. I am a facet of you. You're not ill. Therefore, as a facet of you, contained within your consciousness, how can I be ill? And the 5th step is regular health checks and critter clearing. Regular health checks. What do I mean? I don't mean going to a medical dictionary and thinking, today I've got this. I've got these symptoms. I better have this checked out, that checked out. I need this regular test, that regular test. Not that sort of health check. Sort of health check I'm talking about is to do with what Joseph describes, and if you've read the books, Joseph describes as feeders, which are thought forms, low thought forms, that can attach themselves to us, attach themselves to one of our major chakras, energy vortexes. Is it vortices? Whichever. And it is in their interest to keep us in a low state of emotion and a low state of health, because they absorb the vibrations, the energies that we put out. And they cannot absorb the energies we usually put out if we're in good health. They have to reduce that vibration so that they can absorb a lower vibration that keeps them going, but keeps us either in a bad mood or depressed or ill. And a question that's often put to me, and it's a valid question, is, well, it's all right for you, Michael, you can see the darn things. We can't. How on earth are we supposed to know where they are, and how on earth are we supposed to get rid of them? Well, you don't need to be able to see them, you can sense them. And we're going to sense whether you are clear of these things now. We're going to do two things in a quick meditation. The first thing is to assert health in ourselves and to address any aches and pains or any problem areas in the body or in the mind that we might have. And the second thing we're going to do is to look for any disturbance in our energy field and then cleanse that disturbance. So we need to be able to move into a state of altered consciousness quickly. We can't always spend 20 minutes getting into a deep state of meditation. We need, what happens if you're in a shopping mall and you think, oh, there's something attached to me, what do I do? Or I need some energy, what do I do? You've got to be able to switch over from this reality to a higher reality in order to access your spiritual perspectives, your spiritual wavelengths. And we're going to do that now. Can I ask you to close your eyes, please? Now, we're going to imagine. And many people over the years have said to me, I have no imagination. Of course you have. You know what you're going to have for tea tonight. You know what you're going to do tomorrow morning and perhaps next week, and you've got an appointment next month. You might be looking forward to it. But it's there, isn't it? It's there, and you can access it as something that hasn't yet happened, but you can feed it into your life's path, and you're using your imagination. Even when you think you haven't got imagination, you're using your imagination to convince yourself that you haven't got imagination. So we're going to imagine. And what I'd like you to do, please, is to relax as much as you possibly can and to see in your mind's eye the number 10. Now you can see that as either a number, you can see that as the word, T-E-N. You can see it in what color you want, what type style you want. Look at it from the front, from the back, sideways, however you want to see that number. See the number 10. And as you concentrate on it, feel your consciousness letting go of the worries of the day, of any stored up anxieties, any stored up vibrations that you don't need on this little journey we're going to take. Concentrate on the number 10, and now see the number 10 slowly fade away and replace it with a number 9. And the number 9 takes you slightly further into an altered state of consciousness. You feel slightly more peaceful, slightly more distanced from any aspects of your daily material life that might have been causing you worry, that might be challenging to you at the minute. And as you concentrate on the number 9, look at it in all its glory, or however you want to picture it, and then see it slowly fade away to be replaced by the number 8. And at this stage, you're becoming increasingly peaceful. Any negative thoughts have disappeared. You find that you are sidestepping the material world and entering the greater world as you let go slowly and peacefully of the number 8 and replace it with the number 7. Now we're going even deeper into a meditative state. We're leaving behind all the trivia of our daily lives. And we realize at this point that that trivia is trivia. It's not really affecting us as a spirit we really are. Let the number 7 fade away and replace it with the number 6. Almost halfway there now. Becoming peaceful. Feeling happier. Feeling joyful, feeling in touch with other spheres of reality. As we let go of the number 6 and we replace it with the number 5. Halfway there, becoming increasingly peaceful, filled with bliss. Replace the number 5, see it fade away, and let's see now, in your mind's eye, the number 4. Always becoming calm, quiet, still. The rush of the material world is disappearing as you replace the number 4 with a number 3. Almost there, almost ready to do some work on ourselves. Replace the number 3 in increasing peace and stillness with the number 2. Nearly there. Very peaceful, very calm. Very happy. Replace the number 2 with a number 1. And we're there, so we let go of the number 1, see it fade away in your mind's eye, and we're now ready to do some healing on ourselves. Now we all have aches and pains that occur, that crop up, some of them more serious than others. Some of them cause us distress. Some of them are a recurring theme in our lives we wish we could get rid of. So if there is an area or areas of your body that are causing you or have been causing you concern at the moment, I want you now in your mind's eye to see those areas. To see that elbow perhaps that's painful, or that foot that gives you problems, or certain organs in your body that don't seem to function as they should do ideally. And as you see them in your mind's eye, I want you to imagine with your in-breath that light, white light, is pouring out from the center of your chest into your entire body. So as you breathe in, imagine that you are breathing in white light from the center of your body, from your spiritual heart center. And now, as you breathe out, see that light being directed by you as a beam into the area or areas of your body that have been giving you problems. So it's breathing in the white light from the center of your body, the divine white light, and with each out-breath, pouring that white light into the area or areas of your body that are causing you or have been causing you concern. And you can also do this with areas of your mind that might have been troublesome of late. See them being infused with that white light. Now, with every in-breath, you're bringing light into your body. With every out-breath, see the light that you are pouring into the affected areas of your body becoming more and more brilliant. Becoming so brilliant with each out-breath that you can no longer see the affected areas. All you can see is the light. So it's in with the light with an in-breath from the heart, out with the light with the out-breath into any affected areas. And I'll leave you in silence for a couple of minutes to continue this exercise, and then we'll move on. Now I'd like you to slowly move your consciousness away from those areas of the body you've been treating, and in your imagination move up to the top of your head so that it feels to you as though you are looking down on the top of your head. And I want you to imagine that at the point of the crown chakra in the center of your head, the top of your head, you can see resting on top of that chakra a sphere of light, perhaps 5 inches in diameter. And it's sitting so that it touches the top of your head at the point at which your crown chakra opens and closes. Now look carefully at that sphere of light. Look at it with your spiritual eyes, but also look at it with your spiritual senses. Reach out to it. How does it feel to you? Is it a sphere, a ball of white light? Or does it feel heavy to you? Is it clear or is it clouded? Does it feel a harmonious vibration or does it feel a jangling vibration? Reach out with your senses. You don't have to be able to see mediumistically to pick up what is going on with that area of energy at the top of your head. So now, having sensed the state that your sphere is in, and it could be in a perfectly fine state, or it could be in a state of heaviness or cloudiness. It could have picked up someone's negative vibrations. It could have picked up one of the unwanted passengers we were talking about earlier. I'd like you to repeat the exercise of breathing in white light from your heart, infusing your body with it. But then with the out breath, I'd like you to send that white light into that sphere that is sitting at the top of your head. So it's a breathing in of the white light throughout your body, and it's a breathing out as a beam, that white light, into that sphere of energy at the top of your head. So I'd like you to repeat that for a couple of minutes, and with each out breath, with each infusion of light into that sphere at the top of your head, I want you to see that sphere, if there is nothing affecting it negatively, to become brighter, or if you feel that there is something affecting it negatively, to become cleansed. With each out breath of white light, you are cleansing that sphere. You are restoring it to its perfect function. And we'll talk again and move on in a couple of minutes. Okay. Now you can withdraw from that sphere so that you are looking down on it once again, and it should, to your senses or to your spiritual sight, now be clear of any negative vibrations. It should be a sphere, beautiful white light, infused with white light from your heart. I'd like you in your imagination now to see that sphere sinking into the crown of your head, slowly shrinking and moving down into the crown of your head so that it is totally absorbed by your crown chakra. And when you've done that, when the sphere is inside your head, not outside of your head, resting on the crown of your head, I want you to imagine that there is a silver manhole cover that you conjure up. It's heavy, it's solid silver, and you place it over the chakra at the top of your head to protect you, to close the chakra, and to keep it sealed until such time that you want or need to use it again, to protect you from any negative vibration. And if you've done that, we're now going to count backwards. I want you to see in your mind's eye the number 1, feeling peaceful and cleansed and energized. Fade away the number 1, replace it with a number 2. We're beginning to move back into the material world as we need to do to get on with our physical lives. Move the number 2 away, let it fade away, and replace it with the number 3. Coming back slowly. Still feeling peaceful. We're bringing out this time. We went in with the challenges of life. We're bringing out the peace of the divine realms. Replace the number 3 with a number 4. Gently feel yourself coming back to the material world, returning to your physical body as you replace the number 4 with the number 5. Halfway there, but feeling very different to how we did when we went into this meditation. Replace the number 5 with the number 6. And the number 6 with the number 7. The number 7 with the number 8, almost back now. The number 8 with the number 9, and the number 9 with the number 10. And finally, gently let the number 10 fade away, and slowly, there's no hurry, and in your own time, come back to this level of reality. Everybody back with us? Good. We haven't left anybody behind. Good. Now, of course, we only approached 1 chakra in that cleansing exercise. But we have 7, don't we? 7 principal chakras. Top of the head, the brow, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the spleen, and the base of the spine. And in a cleansing exercise, in the comfort of your own home and the comfort of your favorite armchair, at least once a week, it would be an excellent idea to look at those chakras and to see if you sense anything that is clogging them or affecting them negatively. If there isn't, that's great. You can add light to light and you'll be even more energized. But if there is, then you know how to deal with them. And you're using your imagination. You don't have to be able to see these things to get rid of them. But increasingly, as you go through this exercise, your senses will bring you information regarding the operation of your principal energy centers. You'll know when something is wrong, and you'll know now how to put it right. So don't be afraid of the critters, and don't think, well, I can't see them, is there anything wrong with me? You'll know what to do. And you'll know, isn't it funny how our mood can change so very quickly sometimes? We've been talking to someone, or we've been looking at the news, and we've gone down. And we were perfectly fine in the morning. And it's at those times that we need to quickly check that everything is as it should be. And the countdown method, 10 to 1, 1 to 10, can be speeded up as you get used to it. So that very quickly you can take yourself out of this world and into your own inner world and into a higher spiritual vibration so that you can do some work on yourself.